you take a look at so many different industries throughout the United States. Obviously, you have your pulse on what's going on in terms of the economy. Why do you think it is that we've been able to, or not been able to, struggle past about 1% growth and not really have the kind of job creation that would pull us into a strong kind of a recovery? It's a tepid recovery. Is the fault in Washington? Is the fault on behalf of the Federal Reserve, propping up the stock market just too much?
Well, look, there are a lot of problems with the economy, but I'll speak to the one I know best and the reason IEP does so well. The model we follow is really going after companies or buying stocks in companies where we think the management is poor or something should be done to help the shareholders. And there really is no accountability concerning CEOs, and there's no real corporate governance. I mean, so we go in and we have a lot of capital. We're able to get something done, hopefully. But it's very difficult for people to do that because it costs so much to do a proxy fight. There are so many rules, so many laws, and it's almost like in a feudal system. The baron would get his mercenaries around him or protect himself from the people outside. And in this case, the mercenaries of the law firms, they get around investment bankers. Now, there are many exceptions. I mean, there are many good law firms, there are many good investment bankers, many good managements, many good boards, but many that are not. And one of the problems in our economy is that CEOs that really shouldn't be there, they're not necessarily bad people, but they shouldn't be there. And it's very, very hard to make them accountable, very hard to get them out because the boards are made up in many cases of their buddies, their friends for years. And, I mean, in the case of Dell, we feel the board is just giving him a great bargain price concerning the price of Dell. And so that's an example right now, but there's so many examples like that. And that's why the model at IEP has worked so well.
Certainly in the case of Dell, you were able to up the ante in terms of the offer from Michael Dell. We'll see where that goes. And you've made a healthy profit off of Herbalife, another company in the United States. But why is it beneficial to, as I'm going to say again, create a little mischief?
Well, I don't know. I don't know if mischief is the right word. I think what we do is to some extent challenge the establishment, and you really have an establishment in corporate America that is not healthy for the most part. It's almost like if you inherited an estate and you went around and you couldn't do anything and you had no money, and somebody would say to you, well, how come you have no money? You got this beautiful estate you just inherited. Well, I can't sell it because the gardener, the manager of the estate, won't let me sell it. He won't let me show it to people. He just parties all the time, and he has fun. And I'd say, well, you're crazy. Go to court with him. And yet, in our country, in corporate governance, there's very little shareholders really can do or do. And I also think, and it's getting a bit better with mutual funds, but I really do think that a lot more should and could be done. And I'm hoping to build a following on Twitter maybe and get something done in Washington. I just think that it's gone too far to the side of those who run these companies. And the people who run them, some are very good, but some should not be there, and yet you can't get rid of them. It's just like the manager of that estate. It would be sad for you if you couldn't get rid of that manager.